lovelies, and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn, and yeah, felt like hamburgers today. And I had some already thawed out in the refrigerator. Excited about that. Looked inside, thought I had hamburger buns, but I don't. And honestly, it's too hot. It's only 115 today, but I'm still saying that's too hot. It's too hot to go outside, too hot to run to the store, and honestly, I'm too cheap and too lazy. So, we've got to make do. And I got this great French loaf over at the Smart and Final for $1.49. Yeah, that's going to be my bun today. I'm super excited. We're making, bacon burger stuffed crust. Let's get down to it. So I've got half of an onion, and I am going to just give this a good dice to start out my browning process with my hamburger, because I want it to taste like onion, because I love onion on a hamburger. If you don't like onion, don't put it in there. It's fine. Your kids don't like onions, don't put it in there. It'll still be delicious. And this is your hamburger. You could put in it anything that you want. If you have zucchini coming out your ears because your garden is so plentiful and you think zucchini would be good in your hamburger, or maybe you just want to use it, just grate that up really finely, slip that right on in, and nobody will know the difference. It's terrific. All right, so I'm going to put my half of an onion in here. I'm going to turn this up to 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my 1 pound of ground beef right inside there. Yeah, looks good. Oh, we missed a little morsel. Got to get every bit. Now, I got this on sale over at the Albertsons a couple of weeks ago for, what was it, $1.49 a pound. And that's a great price. It's going to be economical. It's going to be fast. But it's going to satisfy all of those fast food cravings that we have been having. We did really well yesterday and had, very, very few carbs. And, today, Saturday. It's kind of our Saturday. We're going to splurge. We're going to have some white bread. We're going to have some hamburger. And there is more than enough fat in this hamburger to cook those onions without burning them. This is like 85-15 or something like that. I can't remember. It wasn't as lean as some, but not as fatty as others. Kind of in the middle. Kind of like that. Okay, while that's doing its thing, let's go ahead and prepare our buns. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull this baby out. And just like always, when I get day olds, I give it a good look over. Make sure that it doesn't have any mold. Safety first. I don't want to hurt anybody. And then what I'll do is go ahead and take my knife. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top. Not all the way through to the bottom. But I'm going to give it, a little bowl, a little valley, so to speak, right in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and, where did I come in at? Okay, there we go. Got to match up my sides. Hello, Pig. Pig's over here poking me in the leg because he's super excited about dinner too. So yeah, lady, get in there and make my yums. I'm super hungry. Okay, come on. Then I'm going to just give it a little cut. There we go. Just cutting out that center portion so I have a pretty good valley for all of my stuffing. Yeah. Absolutely. See, I have a lot of bread, So now this isn't so many carbs because I've taken out like almost half of the bread. I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to find something else to do with it. For example, this looks really good. Maybe this is French bread, next week. Or maybe I cut it in half and I make, a sandwich or something like that. If I do nothing else to it, I can toast it, grind it up for breadcrumbs, and then use that maybe to make a meatloaf or something like that. Some shake and bake, whatever. All right, so that's the inside of my bread, and it's got a really nice valley for all the things that I'm going to stuff into it. Now, what I like to do is I like to just take my very clean hands and get in here and just kind of squish it, because I found that when you squish it, there is less chance of any, leakage. You don't want all the good stuff running out, you got to keep it all in there. Okay, so there we go. We've got our crust all ready, and I'm going to go ahead and get my tray, because this will eventually all be going into the oven. Let's check on my beef. It's looking good. Onions are smelling good. Fantastic. Fantastic. If you could smell it. Yeah, it smells great. Got a little piece of parchment here because I want cleanup to be a snap. I don't want to spend any more time doing dishes than I have to. We have precious little time in this life to do the things that we want to do. There's plenty of time for work. There's necessary time for sleep. But there's precious little time for doing the things that you want to do. Tonight, I want to watch Jeopardy. It's Saturday night. It's rerun Jeopardy. But we've gotten to a point in our life where we can't remember the episode until we get to Final Jeopardy. So it's still like a mystery all the way through. So we even watch the rerun Jeopardy. I want to watch Jeopardy. I want to play with my little dog. And I'm listening to a great audio book. I love to read, but because of my vision, reading has become such a challenge for me that I love audiobooks. I always have, even when I was a little girl, I had this little, record player, and you would spin it up and put your 45 on there, and it would, it was a little story, and you had a whole set, and you'd listen to it record by record. Yeah, now you know how old I am. Yeah. I still have those records, by the way. Anyhow, I love audiobooks. Listening to a really good one. I'm listening to Devoted by Dean Koontz. And it's a little bit gruesome in places, but it's a really good story about a special needs child and a dog. And, it's Dean Koontz, so it's got a little spooky element in it, too. Anyhow, I think it's pretty good, and that's what I want to do with my night. I do not want to wash dishes all night long. So, little piece of parchment cost me about 8 cents, and it'll save me from having to do any heavy-duty scrubbing. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and just park this over here until our filling's all ready. Okay, so our beef is just cooking away over here. We are about 50% of the way, and so what I want to do now is go ahead and add a little spice to my hamburger, because seasoned beef, that's better. Got a little bit of this California garlic. Hello, Gilroy. Why do I say hello, Gilroy? Gilroy, California produces 100 million pounds of garlic every year. They produce 65% of the country's garlic, and they manufacture about 90% of our consumed garlic, whether it's in a whole clove, whether it's those really convenient little chopped things that you get at the grocery store in a little jar, whether it's dried garlic, powdered garlic. Yeah, and if you've ever driven through Gilroy, you can smell it 10 miles out and 10 miles on the other side too. So God bless you if you live in Gilroy and you produce our garlic. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of garlic, granulated garlic. And then I'm going to do a few turns on the pepper mill here because we enjoy a lot of pepper. We're also trying to cut down on our salt a little bit. So you put as much salt as you want. I'm going to put in just a couple of turns because, yeah, that's all we really need. And then just continue browning up this ground beef. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to go get us a couple of things out of the refrigerator. Our accoutrements, our extra little yum-yums to make this spectacular. Be right back. Got some delicious baking crumbles from over at the Costco. These are still under $10 for the bag, and they are 20 ounces, and they go pretty far. They are shelf stable until they are open, and I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of these delicious little bites here. Yeah, they're shelf stable until they're open. Then once they're open, you can park them in the freezer or the refrigerator. If you don't think you're going to use them in time, go ahead and divide them out. Put some in the freezer, put some in the refrigerator. You can always take them out to thaw. They only take a brief little bit to thaw, but we use ours so fast that I just keep them in the refrigerator. And usually about a month. Yeah, we use them before, they would expire. But these are great. I do find like they need a little bit of crisping up because, like they're not as crispy as they used to be. But everything's changed since 2020. Flexibility and adaptation, that's the name of the new game. So I'm glad to be able to get them, and I think that they lend a terrific little bacony flavor to my dishes. And yeah, so I've got to crisp them up. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. I promise. Well, this is almost done. Let's go ahead and get started on our assembly. Yay, hooray. This beef wasn't tremendously fatty, but in the interest of better health, I've just got a few paper towels wrapped around a wooden spoon, and I'm just giving it a little blot, and I think that's just fine. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and ditch the paper towel and use the wooden spoon, because I don't want to wash too many dishes. Turn that off. And now I'm just going to take, ground beef looks terrific. Smells bacon and oniony. Yeah, I can get behind that. I think that this could easily serve 3 or 4 people. It's going to be pretty meaty, and yeah, it's going to be delicious. All right. A little bit missing. Yeah, are you excited about it? Are you yeah. Okay, pigs. Yeah, he's excited about dinner. Listen, you can't bark. Mama's doing her recipe. Yeah. Are you super excited about dinner? Are you hungry? Is your belly hitting your backbone? Did any of your grandmas ever say that? You're so hungry, your belly hitting your backbone? Yeah, mine said that. He was not having it. He was not going to have it until, I gave him a little yum-yum. There we go. All right, got a little pickle relish over here. And I am just going to go ahead and put that right on top. As much or as little as you would like. There we go. I'm going to kill this jar because, yeah, who wants to put a mostly empty jar back in the refrigerator? I like my pickles cold. I would rather just put a whole new jar in the refrigerator and just use this one a lot. You can use sweet, you can use dill, whatever. You could use whole pickles, whatever you got in the cupboard. All right, got a little shredded cheese. This is Mexican blend, but you know what? It's cheese. There's no bad cheese in my opinion. It's what I've got, and I'm okay with that. And you can put on as much or as little as you would like. It's your cheeseburger. Get my little strays back on here. Put some at the ends because, you know, whoever gets the end piece doesn't want to feel ripped off on their cheese. I'll hear about it. Trust. Why does your part have more cheese than mine? Yeah. So, equity and cheese. You know, marital harmony. Whatever you got to do to get through the day, right? Okay. So there we go. We've got a little cheese. We've got a little relish. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Thousand Island. Because we like a country style burger. There's this place down the street from our house called Lenny's. And they have the best burgers. They're fantastic. They're super expensive. And when we go, we always get the country style burger with the Thousand Island and plenty of grilled onions. And so hopefully this is somewhat reminiscent of that. Because we have been craving fast food. Like, do you get that? Yeah, you know, you get that Big Mac attack. Yeah, but I'm not spending $10 on a Big Mac. It's just not going to happen. I haven't even spent $10 on all of this. $1.49 for the bread. $1.49 on discount for my hamburger. You know, maybe 50 cents worth of cheese. 50 cents worth of relish. And, you know, this is going to be well under $5. And, yeah, that's a bargain. Yeah, we couldn't go through a drive-through for that. Okay, the final step over here is going to be to go ahead and put this into the Easy Bake Oven to give everything a lovely toast, melt my cheese, all of that delicious sauce to sink down in there and get, yeah, all country style. I can live with that. My Easy Bake Oven is preheated, and I'm going to go ahead and just slide this on in. I've got it at about 400 degrees, and I have the bottom baking element and the broiler element both set. And I'm going to let this go ahead and run for about 15 minutes. I'm going to check on it. And I want my cheese to be melty, and I want my bun to be, you know, a little crispy and everything else. Our meat and everything has already been cooked to a sufficient temperature for food safety. So just going to let that go for 15 minutes. I'm going to go play with the little dog. Be right back. Okay, so it just came out of the oven. I went ahead and transferred it to the cutting board for easier slicing. I did get a little bit of blowout on this side. That side still looks terrific. So I'll go ahead and eat this end so I don't hear any complaints. My cheese is all toasted and melty. My bun is a little bit, you know, toasty and brown too. And it smells like Lenny's. I'm super excited about it. Smells fantastic. Now, while that was cooking for 15 minutes in the Easy Bake Oven, I shredded some lettuce and I diced a tomato. Make our plates because we're super hungry. The little pig dog can't take it. You can't see him, but Andrew's over here like walking back and forth, looking, smelling. You know, he's having a day in his pajamas, so he's not my official taste tester today. But I'm going to go ahead and cut him a good chunky bit. Boy, this is warm. It's really toasty. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And I don't know, can you see the steam coming off of that? So I'll go ahead and put that on his plate like that. And then I'll give him a good bit of lettuce. And some tomato, just like that. And I think that looks super yummy. To top it all off, I will go ahead and give him just a little extra squeeze of the Thousand Island dressing. There we go. I think that looks terrific. I think that looks super yummy. I'm going to serve it with a little side of fruit and a couple of pickles. That's a dinner. Yay, hooray. Bacon cheeseburger, stuffed crust. Yay, hooray. You don't have any buns, but you've got a French loaf. Maybe you find one at discount. You know, I've even picked one up at the Walmart for like 74 cents before. Yeah, there we go. Little cheeseburger dinner for a Saturday night. You know, satisfying our craving for fast food. But, you know, a little bit healthier. Some fresh ingredients. Can't beat that with a stick. Gotta go. It's almost time for Rerun Jeopardy. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.